Alright guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sam. Alright, it's been a while working on some new stuff, but I saw some interesting news and I thought to share, and of course I had some free time. Alright, so very interesting news here about the Central Bank of Turkey, how that they went ahead to ban cryptocurrency payments. Now this is a shame, and the last country that I saw that did something like this was Nigeria. And we all saw how it turns out, right? How it turned out after that. The Nigerian people started using Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies even more, right? So, well, let's also see how the currency of this country has been doing so far. So what I've done is I've plotted a graph against, of course, this is Google Trend, right? So, checking how much Google has been. The Bitcoin search has been trending in Turkey compared to their lira currency. As you can see, Bitcoin has this search is just for Turkey alone, right? So there are more people. Bitcoin is blue, and lira is 23. So there are more people searching about. There were more people searching about lira, in 2020 than Bitcoin, and then that flipped on November 22nd. Okay, this is where it actually flipped on December 16th, and I would like to know what really happened on this date. This is pretty significant. Why did it flip on this day? I will have to do some research to find out why it flipped on this day, but this did some nice flip here, and then Bitcoin has been skyrocketing since then, and let's see how it goes. Alright, so basically the currency of this country has really been doing pretty bad, and what these guys don't understand is that the more you ban cryptocurrency, the more people want to use it. Alright, in some Binance news, Binance bonds over $500 million worth of BNB. Now this is one of the reasons why BNB will keep pumping, and it's pretty sure that BNB is going to replace Ethereum if Ethereum 2.0 don't come out quickly, right? It's definitely going to happen, right? But recently there was some report from, so I have to mute my WhatsApp there so the notifications don't come in. There's a report from one of these companies stating that Binance has issues with their blockchain, and obviously I don't easily believe such stories, but of course we just have to talk about it. But before I talk about that, we'll talk about this Chinese news. Chinese mining pools hash power plummets amid regional blackout, right? So it caused the hash rate of most of the mining pool, including the Binance mining pool, to drop by 20%. And this is one of the flaws of proof of work, right? And Ethereum and Bitcoin uses proof of work of blockchain, and that reminds me on why proof of stake and delegated proof of stake blockchains are the blockchains for the future, because these blockchains use way less electricity, while proof of work like Bitcoin and Ethereum use huge amount of electricity. And there's a chart right here, Bitcoin, Ethereum, EOS annual energy comparison charts. As you can see, this is the chart, and EOS uses just a very minimal amount of electricity to power the blockchain, right? So the mechanism or the technology used to power the blockchain technology or protect the blockchain technology has changed, right? So this article right here says 66,455 times that EOS is more efficient in comparison to Bitcoin, 70 times to Bitcoin, and 17,236 times more energy efficient than Ethereum. Of course, the current Ethereum 2.0. If you want to read this article, I will drop the link in the description below, or you can just browse this out. EOS consumption versus Bitcoin, yep, and Ethereum. So in some more news, have I talked about this news? European Investment Bank reportedly to issue bonds with blockchain technology. this is going to be the future, right? Where we see banks, you know, coming into the blockchain world, right? But first of all, what they do is to try to scare you out of it, and then they start going into it, right? So that's just that news. Protocol upgrades and Google Cloud integrates Lift. What am I saying? Protocol upgrades and Google Cloud integration lift EOS price 245% in 2020. I remember I made a post several months ago telling people how I was going to sell some of my Ethereum to buy EOS, and after I did that, the price of EOS has actually gone up by over 145%. Right, in some more Binance news, is the Binance Smart Chain centralized? Messari researchers raise concerns. Now, from experience, whenever I see articles like this, I don't quite just jump into it and believe what they're saying. I just read through and do my own research, and from there we can draw our conclusion ourselves. But let's just take a look at what they're saying. At the Binance Smart Chain, okay, there are more than 77,000 validators on the Ethereum network. They're trying to say they have more validators, and this is Binance Smart Chain centralized. Some might overlook the influence Binance Chain has over Binance Smart Chain validators. BSC, which is Binance Smart Chain, has 21 active validators, making it more centralized than most platforms. This validator set is determined daily by Binance Chain, a network managed by 11 validators. Now, there's two parts to this statement right here, and the first part is the 21 active validator, and then the next part is the fact that they are determined by Binance Smart Chain. Now, if this and this is true, then it's centralized. If this is true and this is not true, then it's partially centralized. But before we go deep into this, let me quickly let you guys know that there's no blockchain in the world that is completely 100% decentralized, right? It doesn't exist. But let's just dive right into this. So I've dropped a sheet here. We'll be talking about the different top blockchains for smart contract. BTC, Ethereum, Tron, EOS, and BSC, Binance Smart Chain. So we'll be looking at their validator or miner or BP node, and the nodes stakers or users, and I'm going to explain what each of these parameters are. So just stay tuned, guys. All right, so let's analyze each of these blockchains one by one. Right, so just in case you're not aware, I'll just explain this, right? So in a blockchain, there are two sets of people. So we have the miners, and then we have the how do I put this now? We have the mining pools rather, and then we have the miners, right? Or people who run nodes. Now the node runners contributes their mining power to the mining pools, right? So on the Ethereum blockchain, there are 25 mining pools. Get that? On the Ethereum network, there are 25 mining pools. That is why if you go back to our sheets here on Ethereum, you see 25, right? So that is for Ethereum. Now let's check for Bitcoin. Now this is the mining pool for Bitcoin, right? So yeah, this is the mining pool for Bitcoin. Now let's check for others. Now this is for Tron. Tron has let's see how many. Tron has 27. Let's see our charts. Our sheet, let's see, is correct. Tron has 27. BSC has 25. Bitcoin has 12. EOS, let's confirm from EOS. All right, so this is EOS. Let's see. Let's keep scrolling. It's already more than 30. Let's keep scrolling. 50. Okay, now there's a large misconception, and let me also use this video to explain that. Now people think EOS has 21 block producers, but it's actually not true. They have a top 21 block producers, and you can see this is 21, this is 22, 23, and the difference between 21 and 22 is that 21 has a total vote of 227,182,855. While 22 has a total vote of 224. So the difference between this and this is just 3 million. That means if this guy should get 6 million more votes, this guy will replace this guy to become top block producer. And the block producing opportunity is not fixed. It fluctuates. So as you can see, Binance chain came down by 1%, by 1 position, while this guy went up by 1 position. Right. So since these positions can switch at any time, so calling EOS, saying EOS just has 21 block producer is false, because there are other standby and they can switch at any time. Right, so as this guy is getting paid this 21 guy is getting paid 700 EOS, and this guy is getting paid 400 EOS per day. Let's see, rewards per day. So if that is the case, now let's see how many pages we have. So 50 times 12. You see, so 50 times 12 is a large number, but what I just did was to just put it at 200. Right, so Tron, we checked Tron already. Tron has just 27. There are no other pages to check. Right, so that is how we got to this number right here. Now, what is the difference between validators and ordinary node or users? Now, for Bitcoin, right, holders of Bitcoin cannot vote in the Bitcoin network. So there are 12 mining pools in the Bitcoin network, and there are let's see the number of nodes we have in Bitcoin. So as seen here, there are well over 9,701 nodes, right, scattered around the world. So let's go back to our sheets. So 9,000. Okay, let's change this to 9,700. Now remember, holders of Bitcoin cannot vote in the Bitcoin network, just the node alone. Now the same thing for Ethereum. There are about 6,000 of them. For Tron, it's unlimited, because holders of Tron can actually vote in the network. For Binance chain, it's quite different, because Binance has less miners or less validators, right? And since Binance is quite different, right, in terms of its using proof of stake or proof of work, right? So these spots here are quite open, because the holders of the coins can actually vote. But on EOS, there are over 200 validators, and there are well over 2.4 million coins staked from well over 500,000 to like 100,000 people, right? So this amount here is the total amount of EOS staked. That is why it's 2.4 million. Sorry, is the total amount of EOS accounts 2.4, and each of these EOS accounts can actually vote in the network. That means if each of these accounts has 10,000 EOS, and they want to change something in the network, right? They want to move this guy out or move this guy out. Each of these guys can actually vote and bring out this guy. But in the Bitcoin network, right? So these 12 guys here cannot be brought out by the community. So this is not a true democracy, because the people in the Bitcoin community and the Ethereum community don't have a say in the network, because they can't vote, right? So now the next question is, how many VPs or miners control more than 50% of Bitcoin? Now we can quickly just check that. Just hold on. As seen here, this is 15%, 14%, 13%, and 13%. Well over just 4% of the mining pool control well over 50% of the Bitcoin network. So that's pretty much centralization right there. And the same thing for Ethereum. So I've written them right here. Ethereum has three block producers or miners control well over 54% of the network. Tron is not available, right? BSC is not available, and EOS is not available, because they have more nodes around the world, and the users and the nodes are evenly distributed, as we've seen right here on this chart. So 3%, 3%, 3%, 2%. So no one has. It's very difficult to have. Since they are well over 200, how can you get 51% easily? So it's quite difficult. right?